When punk rock first started to take off in England, there were a few North American groups that decided to get on the bandwagon. Here in Toronto, we had the Diodes.
They were one of the original Canadian punk rock bands and even started up a punk club here in Toronto called the Crash and Burn. They took a break about 9 months ago because of some bad experiences, but now they're back together again. And this time, the Diodes are planning on going all the way.
We want to do as much work together as we can, play everywhere, get out of Canada.
We all like each other, and so we'll probably last over almost all the bands that hate each other.
Oh, it's easy for you to say that now. I mean, you're just regrouping, but what was the feelings 9 months ago when the band literally broke up?
It wasn't so much the difference between us. It was the difference that we had with management, in particular management, was they were taking 15% of our lives away from us. It was really bad.
It's not something you're supposed to talk about?
No, well, maybe not. It doesn't really matter.
We love to talk about all of these things.
But our management, they were real.
Well, they were putting us in a hole.
Beeps.
I guess one of the things that the Diodes are best known for was the Crash and Burn Club a couple of years ago.
That illustrated our business sense, because we started that from scratch out of nothing. It was just an empty space, and we started a business there. So we really didn't need the management. All they did was take things away from us. It was a great club. It was a great club.
Besides that, just in terms of what happened to Toronto after the Crash and Burn has been great. I mean, we've gotten tons of feedback. The band, the city flourished with bands.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
How did you get that whole thing together?
It was our rehearsal space. We decided, well, since no place is interested in having this vein of music, we are going to win out in the long run. We've always had confidence in that, and we started a club which showcased new bands and showcased the Diodes, and bang, look at new wave in Canada. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Now, the Crash and Burn made it go for a few months, but then under pressure of the Liberal Party of Ontario, I believe.
What press release have you been reading?
That's quite true.
It's true, yes.
You had a little bit of pressure from a person who was leasing space above you.
Yeah, that's true.
And said, we don't want all this noise going on, and it's going to take away from our clientele, etc. And then I guess the Crash and Burn.
Well, look what happened to the Liberal Party of Canada. It was all because of the Diodes. We were the initiators in the downfall of the Liberal Party of Ontario. Obviously. If they had supported the Diodes, Maggie and Pierre would be together today, and also the Liberal Party would be in power.
What did it do to you guys when the Crash and Burn Club closed? I know that that night when you went in, there were a lot of people out front, and when you closed the doors and said, sorry, nothing's happening, a lot of people went away in tears, but you guys seemed to survive it.
We got a record contract. That's what happened to us the next day.
So it was a whole new thing for us. It was a whole new ballgame. You didn't have to worry about it.
How do you see the Crash and Burn days? Were they an asset to you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Historically speaking, they're very important in terms of Canada.
It's interesting.
There's a Crash and Burn film, which I talked to the filmmaker Ross McLaren the other day. He's sold the film 30 times. It's been shown in Cannes Film Festival. It's shown all over the U.S. It's done a circuit all through Canada. It's all about Crash and Burn, and it's really well known internationally. It's put Toronto on the map as far as new wave is concerned.
Do you feel that if you started up the Crash and Burn Club now, the way that New Wave is taking off, you could probably make a go of it?
We wouldn't be able to handle it. It would be just so massive. It's gotten all out of our hands right now. Yeah. The entire scene, etc., has gotten so big that it's taken over the Aerosmith audience and the Kiss audience, really. So it's hard to say we couldn't control the crowds, especially with the acts that we had in there, like, I don't know, major New Wave acts that got record contracts and made it very big. So it would be kind of hard to do that now.
Count down the hours for excitement until the end of the week. Just biding time on our work shifts. The weekend time's free. Weekend. Friday.
That's our show for tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks with some of the biggest names in the rock and roll business as we look back over the 1970s.
And next week, we'll feature a special simulcast with Rough Trade from the Palais Royale on the new music.